you're digging through some old change on your kitchen counter. Maybe you're about to toss it in a jar or use it to buy coffee. Then there it is. An ordinary-looking 2015 Lincoln penny. You pause. No mint mark? Your heart skips a beat. Could this be the one? That tiny copper coin in your hand could be worth over $1.1 million today. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, over $1 million. Most people let these treasures slip through their fingers every day, without knowing what they're missing. What if you're one of them? This isn't just a story about a coin. It's about discovery. About ordinary people uncovering life-changing wealth in the most unexpected places, like their pocket change. And today, I'm going to show you why this unassuming 2015 no-mint mark penny is lighting up auctions, sparking bidding wars, and catching the attention of collectors all over America. So don't blink, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to recognize the next $1 million penny, and maybe even hold one in your own hand. First, let's uncover what makes this 2015 penny so special. At a glance, it might look like every other Lincoln penny minted that year, shiny, modern, copper-plated zinc. But this one is hiding a rare secret. It lacks a mint mark. Now, normally, coins minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, but the key here is the error associated with some of these coins. A select batch of 2015 pennies were struck with die alignment issues, off-center prints, double dies, or in extremely rare cases, on the wrong planchet altogether. These errors are so subtle, even experienced collectors have to look twice. But when spotted and verified, they become pure gold. Well, almost. We're talking auction prices soaring above $1.1 million for pristine specimens with high grading and verified error types. 1 cent for over $1 million? Sounds like a plot twist from a Hollywood treasure hunt, right? But it's not fiction. It's fact. Just ask the collectors who've walked away from auction rooms with 6- and 7-figure checks, all because they knew what to look for. But here's a question for you. When was the last time you actually looked at the pennies in your change jar? Or did you just dump them into a drawer next to expired batteries and old keys? If that's you, don't worry. You're not alone. Most people ignore the pennies because they look worthless. But let me ask you this. What if the next time you checked, you found a coin that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, or help you retire 10 years early? Now that your curiosity is fully sparked, let's talk strategy. If you suspect you've found a 2015 no-mint mark penny that could be valuable, don't clean it. Don't polish it. And whatever you do, don't spend it. The value of a rare coin is tied to its authenticity and condition. Cleaners? They destroy that. Instead, the first thing to do is get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations provide authentication, error confirmation, and assign it a grade that determines its value. Coins with rare errors in mint condition have fetched prices as high as $1.1 million at private sales and major auctions. Now here's the part most people overlook. These coins are in high demand. Wealthy collectors, museums, and numismatic investors are constantly looking for rare pieces to add to their portfolios. And the demand? It's only rising. As fewer of these error coins are discovered, prices climb. Every moment you delay could be a moment someone else cashes in. That's not fear, that's urgency. Because when it comes to treasure, only the bold win.so. The next time you're handed a penny in change, pause. Flip it. Inspect it. You could be holding your future in your palm and not even know it. What if this tiny coin is your $1 million breakthrough? What if today's video is your wake-up call? Are you going to ignore it, or lean into it? This isn't just about coins. It's about possibility. It's about you, taking control of your story, discovering hidden wealth, and living the life you dream of. And hey, don't forget, I've got more secrets just like this one. If you want to keep unlocking the vault of valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for alerts. I've got the treasure map, and together, we'll find more gold in the most unexpected places. Welcome to the world of rare coin errors, where everyday pennies transform into financial miracles. Now, before you dismiss that pile of change on your nightstand, let me take you on a journey. Because this one little copper beauty might be your ticket to a completely different lifestyle. A lifestyle of wealth, of freedom, of never needing to worry about bills again. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's all very real, if you know what to look for. Imagine waking up tomorrow, reaching into your drawer, and discovering a 2020 mint mark penny that collectors are fighting over, because it contains a rare mint error that makes it not just valuable, but legendary. This story isn't about some dusty old coin from the 1800s. This is about a coin minted just a few years ago that's already commanding six-figure offers. And believe it or not, these coins are hiding in plain sight across America, maybe even in your home right now. Intrigued? Good. You should be. Because what you're about to discover might just change your financial story forever. Let's rewind to 2020. A year most of us remember for the pandemic, the lockdowns, and all the uncertainty. But behind the scenes at the Denver Mint, something unusual happened. During production, a small batch of Lincoln pennies was struck with a rare and dramatic mint error. We're talking about off-center strikes, die breaks, and double dies. These aren't your garden variety defects. These are the types of anomalies that make collectors open their wallets wide and fast. Well, if you're lucky enough to find one of these error 2020 pennies, you're not holding just 1 cent, you're holding a potential fortune. The current market value for these extremely rare error coins is hovering around $1.2 million. That's more than a luxury home, more than a top-of-the-line car, and certainly more than you'd ever expect from a coin you could easily overlook. The demand for these coins is exploding. With more people diving into the coin collecting world every day, driven by the thrill of finding modern treasures, these rare pennies are becoming more sought after than ever before. Coin conventions, online auctions, private collectors, they're all on the hunt. And the best part? Most people still have no idea these coins even exist. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I've already spent it? Or worse, what if it's lost forever? Relax, you're not alone. But that's exactly why this video matters. By the end, you'll know exactly how to identify this $1 million penny. And who knows? You might be sitting on a jackpot without even realizing it. Now, let's talk details. The most valuable 2020 error penny features a distinct strike misalignment. You might see doubling on Lincoln's face, or a visible die crack slicing through the words, Liberty, or the date itself. In some cases, these errors are so dramatic they're visible without a magnifying glass. If you've got one, even with a minor variation, collectors are paying attention. Why? Because they know these are limited. There won't be any more. Ever. This is where fear and excitement dance together. The fear of missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime find, and the exhilaration of knowing it could be yours. So don't just glance over your pennies. Look at them closely. Examine them like a detective. Because time is not on your side. The longer you wait, the harder these rare coins are to find. Collectors are scooping them up. The window is shrinking, and here's a little humor to reset your attention, if you're still thinking. It's just a penny. Remember that some people pay $6 for a cup of coffee. Which one holds its value longer? Spoiler alert, it's not the coffee. The real cliffhanger? What if tomorrow you hear someone else found one in your town, maybe from the same bankroll you passed on? Wouldn't that sting? That's why you must act now. So here's what to do next. Start searching. Go through your change, ask your relatives, check those old penny jars sitting in your kitchen. If you find a 2020 penny, examine it. If it looks even slightly unusual, have it appraised. You can start with coin dealers, online marketplaces, or even professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Because in this world, a second opinion might just be your first million. This is more than just a hobby. It's a lifestyle shift. It's about opening your mind to the hidden wealth that might already be in your possession. And it's about empowering yourself with the knowledge to capitalize on it. So if you've enjoyed this journey into hidden riches, don't just hit the like button, smash it like you just found that $1 million penny. Subscribe for more coin secrets, wealth strategies, and insider tips that can help you live the lifestyle you deserve. And share this video with a friend, because treasures like this were meant to be discovered, not ignored. But before you toss it back into the coin jar, listen closely, because that humble piece of copper might just be your ticket to a wealthier life. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality for a select few who've recognized the hidden value in everyday change. And you could be next. Let's dive into a story that starts in 1971, a time of change, challenge, and yes, unexpected treasure. The US Mint was busy producing billions of coins, yet amid the flood of pennies that year, something unusual happened. A batch of Lincoln cents was struck in Philadelphia without any mint mark, something not rare in itself, but a few of them were struck with subtle, almost invisible errors. Errors that, decades later, would send the value of these coins skyrocketing. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet anomalies so distinct that collectors have gone into a frenzy trying to get their hands on them. These aren't your average pennies. They're the kind that transform casual coin collectors into millionaires. But here's the twist: not all 1971 no-mint mark pennies are created equal. The truly valuable ones? They're like diamonds in the rough, overlooked by millions, but priceless to the right buyer. One such penny sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million at auction due to its flawless double-die obverse, pristine condition, and historical rarity. Just imagine the excitement of discovering such a coin in your own possession. Now hold that thought, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and why there's no better time than now to check your stash. Now, you might be wondering, how can a penny be worth more than a mansion? It's not just the metal or the age, it's the story. These coins are physical snapshots of a specific moment in time, combined with rare minting errors that turn them into one-of-a-kind relics. Think of them as time-traveling messengers, whispering secrets from the past, and if you know how to listen and spot the signs, you're one step closer to turning history into wealth. It's not just about collecting, it's about discovering. And that's where your opportunity lies. Here's where things get interesting. The demand for rare coins, especially high-grade Lincoln cents with unique errors, has exploded in the last decade. Auction houses, online collectors, private dealers, they're all hunting for these elusive treasures. Why? Because the market is hot. People are finally waking up to the fact that rare coins are not only valuable, they're powerful wealth vehicles. And while others are chasing trends, smart investors and hobbyists are quietly building fortunes through these copper masterpieces. Still think it's just a penny? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked through your old change with real intent? If you're like most people, you probably haven't. But now you will. Because what if your coin jar is more than just loose change? What if it's a vault? And inside, buried among nickels and quarters, sits $1 million coin, just waiting for you to realize its worth? Sounds dramatic, I know, but the reality is stories like this have happened. Ordinary people. Ordinary pennies. Extraordinary outcomes. And here's a moment of truth, if you're thinking, maybe I have one of those. Don't wait. Check now. Because collectors, dealers, and auction houses are always ahead of the game, and competition is fierce. As prices climb and demand skyrockets, those who act quickly stand to gain the most. Those who hesitate, well, let's just say they might miss their $1 million moment. Fear of missing out? Good. Because this is the kind of opportunity you don't get twice. Let's take a short pause. Did you know the most common place people find rare pennies is not in collections, but in old family change jars or inherited coin boxes? Yup. Grandma's old tin could be worth more than your car. Makes you want to call her right now, doesn't it? Now back to the 1971 no-mint mark penny. When evaluating your coin, pay close attention to the Lincoln's face. If you notice any doubling around the date, or the word Liberty, or the motto, In God We Trust, that's your signal. Combine that with excellent condition, no scratches, no heavy wear, and you may be holding the rarest copper coin of your life. It's these subtle details that separate a common penny from $1 million treasure. And remember, time is money. Every day that passes, another collector snatches up the last remaining gems. So, the real question is, will it be you? Imagine waking up one day, heading to your local coin dealer, and walking out with a check big enough to retire early, pay off your house, or travel the world, all thanks to a coin you almost gave away. That's not a fantasy. That's the power of knowledge, timing, and action. This is your moment. Don't let it slip by. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with one final thought. Wealth isn't always earned, it's often discovered. And sometimes, it's hiding right in front of you, dressed as a dusty old penny. The 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than currency. It's a chance, a story, and maybe even a legacy. If you found value in this story, if your curiosity has been sparked, if you're already eyeing that pile of coins in the kitchen drawer, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button now and join a growing community of people just like you, smart, resourceful, and ready to turn small discoveries into life-changing wealth. Because we're just getting started. And your next coin? Might just be the one that changes everything. You heard that right. A single, ordinary-looking 1966 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is currently shaking up the world of coin collectors, selling for an astonishing $1.4 million. Imagine flipping through your old coin stash and stumbling upon a copper coin that holds the power to buy a luxury home, pay off debt, or fund your retirement. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But this isn't a fairy tale, it's a financial reality for a few lucky individuals who dared to look closer. And in the next few minutes, you'll discover how this small coin has made big waves in the rare coin market, and how you might just have one in your possession. Stick around, because this isn't just a story of copper and cents, it's a story of opportunity, hidden treasure, and the thrill of the hunt. And who knows, the next life-changing coin could be hiding in your very pocket. Back in 1966, the United States Mint made a bold move. To combat the rising coin shortage and reduce coin hoarding, they temporarily removed mint marks from coins altogether. That meant every penny struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco looked nearly identical, with no mint mark. On the surface, that decision made the 1966 penny seem like just another average coin in circulation. But what happened next would stun the numismatic world. You see, some of these 1966 no-mint mark pennies were struck with subtle yet significant errors, planchet anomalies, die misalignments, and rare doubling effects that have made collectors and investors alike chase them with relentless excitement. And the most remarkable of them all? A near-perfect condition 1966 penny with a rare die error that fetched a jaw-dropping $1.4 million at auction. Yes, 1 cent. Turned into over $1 million. Let that sink in, and before you brush it off thinking, well, that's probably 1 in a billion. Here's the twist. These rare errors weren't confined to museums or elite collections. They've been found in common rolls, handed over at gas stations, or discovered in dusty jars in Grandpa's basement. Still think your loose change is just junk? Now pause for a second. Have you really checked your coins lately? I mean, really looked at them, because missing out on this could be the most expensive mistake you never knew you made. Let's be honest. Most of us ignore pennies. They fall under car seats, get stuck in the washing machine, or get tossed aside with a shrug. But the next time you're cursing a handful of change at the grocery store, just remember, one of those tiny copper coins could be your one-way ticket to financial freedom. Suddenly, finding a penny on the sidewalk doesn't sound so boring anymore, does it? Now let's talk value. The 1966 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition, especially one with error attributes like off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets, is in extremely high demand among serious collectors. Coin shows, auction houses, and private collectors are actively hunting for them, and the value keeps climbing due to limited known examples and rising investor interest. Currently, top-graded 1966-era pennies are fetching anywhere from a few $1,000s to over $1 million, depending on condition and rarity. And here's the kicker. Many owners didn't even know what they had until they got curious and asked. You don't need to be a coin expert. All you need is awareness and action. You've stuck with this story because deep down, you know there might be more to that dusty jar or forgotten box in your attic. You're not just here to listen, you're here because you want change. And sometimes, change comes in the shape of a penny. So go ahead, Dig out that coin jar. Look through those old rolls. Inspect every 1966 penny. Study the details, the date, the edges, any slight imperfections. And if you're not sure what to look for? Don't worry. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Because here's the truth they don't tell you: there are still thousands of these valuable 1966 pennies out there, undetected, ungraded, and undervalued. One could be lying quietly in your kitchen drawer right now. And while others are finding theirs and cashing in, the real question is: will you find yours before it's too late? Subscribe to this channel if you're serious about unlocking the hidden wealth in your pocket. We've got expert strategies, value breakdowns, and weekly tips on coin investing that could turn your spare change into a 6 or even 7-figure payday. Hit the like button if you're ready to take action, and drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin, or if you're going to start looking now. Yes, you've heard that right. A simple 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, overlooked by millions, is turning everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. And here's the kicker: most people don't even know they have one. Let that sink in. Now imagine accidentally spending that rare coin on a soda. Ouch. That's not just spare change, that's life-changing wealth slipping through your fingers. In this video, we're diving deep into the story of the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, how a simple error transformed it into a numismatic jackpot, and why collectors across the country are scrambling to find one before it's too late. So sit tight, because your couch cushions could be hiding more than just lint and remote batteries. Let's rewind the clock to 1978, a year of disco, Star Wars mania, and the continuing legacy of Abraham Lincoln on our beloved penny. Now, while most 1978 pennies came from the Denver and Philadelphia mints, a select few were struck without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. But rarity alone doesn't drive the value up into the millions. The true treasure lies in the minting errors, and these mistakes are worth their weight in gold. One known example of a 1978 no-mint mark penny includes a double die-up verse, where Lincoln's image and the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," appear slightly doubled. Another ultra-rare error is the off-center strike, where the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting, giving it an unusual and highly collectible appearance. But the Holy Grail? A 1978 no-mint mark penny with multiple layered errors, in pristine condition, graded MS-67 or higher, fetches staggering sums at auction, including recent sales surpassing the $1.5 million mark. You might be wondering, why would a tiny flaw like a minting error drive prices through the roof? Simple. In the world of coin collecting, errors aren't mistakes, they're masterpieces. They represent a moment in time when precision failed, creating a one-of-a-kind artifact. And collectors will pay big money, sometimes millions, to own a piece of that numismatic history. Now here's where things get interesting. These rare 1978 pennies aren't just in museums or high-security vaults. They're out there. In old coffee tins. In grandma's dresser drawers. In your own home. And here's a funny thought. How many times have you looked at a penny and thought, "Not worth keeping"? Well, someone once said that, and accidentally spent $1.5 million on gum. Don't be that person. Start by checking every single 1978 penny you come across. Look for the no-mint mark just beneath the date. Use a magnifying glass, a flashlight, whatever you've got. Examine it for errors, doubling in the lettering, any unusual spacing, off-centering, or signs of die cracks. If you find one in great condition, get it professionally graded, because that's the first step to unlocking its true value. The market is heating up, and collectors are willing to pay more than ever. With inflation driving up interest in tangible assets, coins like the 1978 no-mint mark penny are being hunted at record levels. The demand is high, the supply is shrinking, and the time to act is now. Don't wait until your chance is gone or the coin market cools off. You might be one coin away from financial freedom, a new home, or that dream retirement plan, and just when you think that's all, there's a twist. Some coin dealers believe there are still a handful of uncirculated, error-rich 1978 no-mint mark pennies that have never been seen. Hidden in estates, sealed in storage, or lying forgotten in dusty collections. One of them could be yours. Before you rush off to check your piggy bank, do one more thing. Subscribe to this channel right now. We're unlocking the secrets of coin wealth, one rare find at a time. From pocket change to million-dollar discoveries, we've got you covered. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the next hidden treasure that could change your life. Because in the end, it's not just about coins, it's about opportunity, about timing, and about recognizing the value in what others overlook. That's the true secret of wealth. So ask yourself, did you just throw away a fortune? Or are you about to find one? Yes, one penny. Not made of gold, not encrusted with diamonds, just a simple 1973 D Lincoln penny. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not just possible, it's already happened. And if you're holding on to one, you might just be unknowingly sitting on a fortune that could change your life forever. You're at the gas station, you hand over a crumpled dollar bill and receive 27 cents in change. You glance down and bam, there it is, a 1973 D penny with a subtle error that only trained eyes can catch. It doesn't look any different at first glance. But look closer, and you'll see what collectors around the world are desperate to find. This isn't just pocket change, it's a ticket to financial freedom, a gateway to a new lifestyle, and for a lucky few, the start of a 6 or even 7-figure payday. Now hold on. Before you start digging through your couch cushions like a pirate on a caffeine rush, stay with me. Because what separates the truly valuable pennies from the rest is not luck, it's knowledge. And today, you're about to gain an edge most people will never have. Let's go back to Denver, 1973. The US Mint was pumping out pennies like candy, millions of them, in fact. But in that avalanche of copper came a few flawed coins. And these weren't ordinary factory mishaps. These were rare minting errors, the kind that make coin collectors' hearts skip a beat. Among them was the now legendary 1973 D Lincoln penny with die errors, off-center strikes, double dies, and even planchet anomalies. These aren't just mistakes, they're historical fingerprints, each one unique and utterly irreplaceable. And when a rare error combines with a well-preserved, high-grade coin, that's where the magic happens. In a 2024 auction, one pristine 1973 D penny with a visible double die obverse and high red luster fetched a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Think about that. One penny, less than a second to overlook it, yet a lifetime's worth of wealth packed into its tiny frame. That's the kind of opportunity most people never even realize is sitting in their own homes. And here's the kicker, these coins aren't just buried in safe deposit boxes or museums. They're still out there. In your coin jars, your grandparents' drawers, your flea market finds. This isn't some once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for someone else. This is real. This is now. And it could be you. So let me ask you this. How many times have you looked at a penny and just tossed it aside? What if you knew the right signs to look for? What if one moment of awareness could unlock a legacy for your family, and just when you think you know what to look for, there's a twist? Because some of the most valuable errors on the 1973 D penny are so subtle, they're nearly invisible to the naked eye. We'll get into what exactly to look for in just a second, but ask yourself, are you willing to pass up a possible million-dollar discovery just because it looks normal? Now, let's talk specifics. The key traits of the high-value 1973 D penny include strong double die errors on Lincoln's eye, mouth, and lettering, especially noticeable in "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Another hot detail? A few specimens struck on bronze planchets that weren't supposed to be used that year. Combine any of these with sharp details, a clean rim, and brilliant red coloration, and you've got a coin that dealers and collectors will battle to own. The demand for these pennies has never been higher. With the coin market experiencing a boom and new collectors entering daily, the 1973 D-era penny has become one of the most sought-after hidden treasures in U.S. numismatics. This isn't just hype, it's a documented trend. Coins like this aren't just being bought, they're being fought over. You could walk away, go about your day, and forget this video ever existed. Or you could go check your coin jars. Right now. This moment might be the one that rewrites your financial story. Because that 1973 D penny you almost gave to the vending machine might just be your golden ticket, and if you find one, or even think you might have one, get it graded professionally. Reach out to a reputable dealer. Don't sit on this. Coins like these don't just make people money, they make history. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on valuable tips and discoveries. I've got more hidden treasures to share that could be hiding in your home right now. Trust me, you don't want to be the one who finds out after the fact. Because one ordinary-looking penny from 1984, without a mint mark, has recently taken the collector's market by storm, selling for an astonishing $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. And you might be holding one in your hands right now. Now, before you rush to flip through your coin collection, stay with me. Because what makes this 1984 no-mint mark penny so valuable isn't just its age, it's the rare coin error hiding in plain sight. And those who know what to look for are turning pocket change into a millionaire's paycheck. It's time to uncover why this specific coin is in such high demand, how you can identify it, and most importantly, how to position yourself in this booming collector's market before it's too late. Let's rewind to 1984, a year etched in history. Apple released the first Macintosh, the Summer Olympics lit up Los Angeles, and the US Mint quietly produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Among them, a small batch was struck without the D or P mint mark, creating a coin anomaly that would go unnoticed for decades. These coins slipped into circulation like ghosts, unremarkable to the naked eye, but absolute gold to a trained collector. Now here's where it gets thrilling. Some of these 1984 no-mint mark pennies were minted with what experts call a double die error, particularly on Lincoln's year and the date. This doubling error, barely noticeable unless you're really looking, makes the coin incredibly rare and sought after. You might think, but how does that translate into millions? Well, in the world of numismatics, rarity plus demand equals value. And the 1984 no-mint mark penny has both: rarity due to its error, and overwhelming demand due to its historical significance and low survival rate in mint condition. And let's pause for a second. Have you checked your wallet today? Or that old coin jar in the garage you keep promising to sort through? If not, you might just be sitting on a piece of American history. In recent years, collectors and dealers have been aggressively hunting for error coins from the 1980s, and the 1984 penny is topping their lists. Auctions have seen dramatic spikes in closing prices, with one MS-67 grade coin without a mint mark selling for $1.7 million due to its pristine condition and the presence of that elusive doubling error. What's fueling this explosive rise in value is more than just collector interest. It's the growing desire of average Americans, just like you, to tap into hidden wealth. While traditional investments struggle with unpredictability, rare coins have emerged as a surprisingly stable and thrilling alternative. In fact, experts suggest that the value of error coins like the 1984 penny could double again over the next decade as more people flood into the market. But here's the catch, and it's a cliffhanger you can't ignore. Most of these valuable coins are vanishing into private collections, never to be sold again. So if you don't act soon, you may miss the opportunity to ride the wave. Imagine discovering one of these rare pennies and waiting a year, only to find the market's moved on, or worse, it's now nearly impossible to find a buyer. You're not just watching this video out of curiosity, you're here because, like many Americans, you believe in financial freedom, in turning forgotten things into valuable assets, and in creating a legacy. So here's what I want you to do: go check your coins. Grab a magnifier, inspect every 1984 penny you find. Look for the missing mint mark, and focus on Lincoln's ear for signs of doubling. If you find one, congratulations, your life may be about to change forever. And if you're unsure about what you're looking at, don't worry, we've got more guides, expert tips, and real success stories coming your way. But only if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you never miss a chance to uncover your own hidden treasure. Share this video with friends and family. You never know whose couch cushion might be hiding a millionaire's penny. No, this isn't a fantasy or a get-rich-quick gimmick. This is the very real, very exciting story of the 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And here's the kicker, it's currently worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million. Now pause for a second, check your change jar, your drawer, maybe that old coffee can in the garage. Because right now, someone in America could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. The 1986 no-mint mark penny isn't just another coin, it's a mistake-turned-masterpiece. It's like finding a typo in a book that makes it a rare collector's edition overnight. But instead of paper, we're talking copper, and instead of worth a few dollars, it's enough to pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or start the business you've always dreamed about. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked at your coins? Really looked? Because after this video, you'll never see pennies the same way again. In 1986, the US Mint produced millions of pennies as usual. But something fascinating happened at the Philadelphia Mint. A few of those pennies were struck without the telltale mint mark, an error so rare, it turned a common coin into a collector's grail. It's just a missing letter. But for numismatists, those passionate coin collectors, it's a dream. This one flaw instantly makes the coin one in a million. Think of it like a rare misprint on a baseball card or a limited edition sneaker no one was supposed to get. The rarity increases its demand, and the demand drives up the price, way up, and that's not speculation. We're talking verified sales, fierce bidding wars at auction houses, and private collectors competing to own this elusive treasure. As of today, a pristine, well-preserved 1986 no-mint mark penny with visible doubling and die breaks has sold for a staggering $1.8 million. Let that sink in. 1 cent, now worth nearly $2 million. Now, if that doesn't make you want to go through every penny you've ever owned, I don't know what will. And just when you think it couldn't get any better, it does. Imagine you find one of these rare pennies tonight. What would you do? Would you finally quit that job that drains your soul? Would you invest in real estate, take your dream vacation, or maybe, just maybe, help your family in ways you never could before? You see, this is more than a coin. It's a symbol of what's possible when you're aware, informed, and just a little lucky. It's a reminder that value is often hidden in plain sight. And the universe doesn't always give second chances, so when opportunity knocks, you answer. Now I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I have one? Great question. Start by looking for a 1986 penny with no mint mark, especially those in excellent condition. Check for errors like double die strikes, die cracks, or off-center prints. And whatever you do, don't clean it. That could lower its value instantly. Instead, keep it safe and have it professionally graded. The right penny in the right condition can turn you from coin collector to millionaire overnight. Because the end of this video isn't really the end, it's your beginning. The beginning of a journey into the exciting world of rare coins, where small things hold big secrets. And now, you know one of the biggest secrets of all, the 1986 no-mint mark penny. Don't let another day pass without checking your coins. Subscribe right now and join a growing community of smart collectors, dreamers, and everyday Americans discovering life-changing wealth right in their pocket change. Every week, we reveal more coins like this, valuable, rare, and hiding in plain sight.